Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I'm going to make some French bread, and what I'm going to do is make a sourdough French bread, but I'm also going to use my liquid culture on this one, so it's going to be a sourdough one. And I'm going to be using some graham flour mixed with all-purpose flour. So the mixture I used is 3 cups of all-purpose, 1 1/4 cups of graham flour. Wait a minute, I got this. Okay. So how much culture do we need? We need 2 cups of the liquid culture. Now there is a difference between the sponge and the liquid. The liquid isn't as thick. If you try substituting a sponge culture for the liquid culture, you have to readjust the fluids that you put into the bread because there's less water in the sponge culture, so you'd have to increase the water, or I should say the liquids that you're going to add to it. So be aware of it. So if you only have a liquid culture and you're going into making a sourdough that's sponge, you're going to have to cut back on that water or the liquid, whatever you're using. So that liquid is measured very carefully. If you use your sponge culture, you add more. If you're using the liquid culture and following the recipe, you add less to get the texture that you're looking for. We're just about empty this out. Now this wants 2 cups of the liquid culture. Yeah, that just about emptied me out. Now another thing is that if you have sponge and liquid culture and you run out of out of liquid culture, and you have sponge, you can take some of the sponge and for a week use the ratios to bring it to a liquid, because that's actually, liquid culture comes from your sponge culture. That when you make sourdough, you are making a sponge culture. And if you run out of sponge culture, you can use your liquid culture and feed it like you would your sponge culture, and in about a week you'll have sponge culture back. But that's how you can do it, playing between them. That's what I do. All right, now to this we're going to add not much. All right, you want me to add more? We're going to add 1 cup of our flour mixture that I had just given you, the graham flour and all-purpose. Now they just want 1 cup added in here. And put this on the side. Put a cover over it and it'll be ready for you tomorrow, because it's going to take 2 12-hour rises. And they want you to add 1/4 of a cup of water to this as well. Sandra, you went over. Okay. We're going to mix this up thoroughly, and you're going to put it in a warm spot. And because it is a sourdough, you do not have to cover this. Now, where can you find graham flour? I had to go to Amazon and order it through Amazon. And I keep it in the freezer to keep it fresh. Because it is a whole grain, all whole grains will go bad. You can leave them in your refrigerator, but if you leave them in the cabinet, they will go sour. Now here's where I put 1 cup of flour, 2 cups of my liquid culture, and 1/4 of a cup of water. And I'm beating it right now a bit. It's on time. Now, let me go put this up and I will be right back. I put mine in the dining room on a table that's close to the heater. Now let's see how much we do this evening. Looks okay, so we're going to proof it for 12 hours. After 12 hours, they want you to add 1 more cup of the flour mixture and 1/4 cup of water. Beat it again, and we're going to proof it till tomorrow morning, and then we'll be ready to make the loaves. Okay, so this is part 1. I won't show you part 2 where you add a cup of the mixed flour and 1/4 of a cup of water. That doesn't make sense, so I'll see you tomorrow morning and we will finish this up. See you then and take care.